Good morning to all of you. Bindu Chaudhary is with you in your social science class. Today we are starting our new book. The name of the book is Resources and Development Part 2nd. It means we are reading a new chapter here, students, and the name of the chapter is Resources. Resources? Yes. What about water? What about electricity? What about your daily books, textbooks? Yes. What about fans? What about your carry bags? You are taking bags, school bags at schools, bottles, etc. Many things considered as resources. But how? That is the main thing. So, let's start our part first. And in this part, first of all, we will introduce you with the content portion of this book. Which chapter, how many chapters, and what are the names of the chapters in our new book. See here, the first chapter contains resources chapter, which we are pursuing in this part. The next chapter's name is land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Our next chapter is minerals and power resources. In different chapters we will read about these contents. And what about the next chapter's name? Our chapter 4th covers the agricultural portion. Okay, and in this chapter 5th we will cover about industries, and in the last we will cover about the human resources. Yes, we are human resources, but how we are human resources, that properly we will read in this chapter. So today, students, we are starting our chapter first. The name of the chapter, as we had earlier told you, is resources. See the picture here, a man, skies and sea, house, river, trees and some these portions also. Are these resources, students? How? If yes, then how, and if no, then how not? And why not these are resources? That is the main question, and we will read here in this chapter about these one. See, Mona and Raju were helping Amma to clean their house. Mona and Raju, two children are there, and they are giving help to Amma in the cleaning of the house. So, look at all the things. See here the pictures of the things. Clothes. Clothes are there in the house. Utensils are there in the house. And see these utensils which we are using in the kitchen. And food grains, different food grains. Combs you are using daily for your combing. And this bottle of honey. And books etc. For each of these has a use, said Mona. Mona कहती है क्या हमारे पास में ये इतनी सारी चीज़ें हैं, क्या इतनी सारी चीज़ों का हमारे पास में कोई यूज़ भी है या नहीं है? That is why they are important, said Amma. But Amma told to the Mona that no, these are the totally important things for ourselves. And as how they are important, the main question is this one. So, these are resources. Then Raju had a question to Amma. What is a resource? Was Raju's question to Amma, and she said anything. Anything that can be used to satisfy a need is a resource, replied Amma to Raju's question. Yes, it's a question answer session with Mona, Raju and Amma is giving answers to their questions here. Look around you and observe. You will be able to identify many types of resources in your surroundings also. As students, you are in the class, you also search in your class, are there any resources in the class? See one by one here. First of all, the water you drink, you have bottles with you and water you drink when you are thirsty. The electricity you use in your house as well as in your classes also. The rickshaws you use to get home from school. The textbooks you use to study are all resources. So all these things are near about you. And as you recognize everything, you have water in your bottle, you have fan for the using of electricity in your class, you have your textbooks, and when you are coming to school via bus, via rickshaw, via any other thing, then that all are the resources. Okay. One more thing, your father has prepared a tasty snack for you. नाश्ता बनाया है बच्चों, तो क्या ये नाश्ता भी रिसोर्स होता है क्या? We will identify that in resources or not. The fresh vegetables he has used are also a resources. For preparing snacks, father used some vegetables also, and vegetables are the best source of resources. Okay, same thing here, water, electricity, rickshaw, vegetable, टेक्स्टबुक हैव समथिंग इन कॉमन. ये सभी चीज़ें आप यूज़ में लेते हैं, पर इन सभी चीज़ों में बच्चों एक चीज़ बहुत ही कॉमन है, एक चीज़ बहुत ही सभी में मिलती जुलती है. व्हाट इज़ दैट कॉमन थिंग? सी हियर अगेन, व्हाट इज़ दिस? दिस वन इज़ द पिक्चर ऑफ वाटर, दिस वन इज़ द पिक्चर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, हियर इज़ अ पिक्चर ऑफ रिक्शा, books, textbooks, etc., and lot of vegetables pictures is there. And see, they have all been used by you, so they have important utility. And if you have utility of all these things, then these are resources. Concept clear to everybody here? So utility or usability is what makes an object or substance a resource. So if any object or substance is used by you or any other person or any other animals, birds, etc., so if they had some use or usability of that thing, it means this one is called a resource here. How does something become a resource? Raju had another query and he said that how does something becomes a resource, and what was the main purpose of all these things? So Amma told the children that things becomes resources only when they have a value. आपके लिए आपकी बुक्स की जितनी वैल्यू है, एक इलिटरेट पर्सन के लिए उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं होगी बच्चों. आपका बिल्कुल गला प्यासा है, सो यू आर थर्स्टी एंड फॉर यू at present water is important for drinking, but if anybody had already drank water, so has that one is a proper use of that, proper value of that? So main thing is, if anything had a proper value, proper use, proper utility or usability, then that will be a resource. Its use or utility gives it a main value. All resources have some value. This one is the main thing, all resources have some value, said Amma to Raju. And value means worth. What is this value? Value means the proper worth. Some resources have economic values, some do not. Yes, this one is the true line, that some resources have some economic values, but others had not these values. So, for an example, metals may have an economic value. A beautiful landscape may not. It's okay, beautiful landscape, really amazing and really looking nice to our eyes, to ourselves also, but the value of metal is more important than the landscape. तो हम यहाँ पे क्या कहेंगे बच्चों? हम यहाँ पे कहेंगे कि एक दृश्य है, बहुत ही सुंदर दृश्य है, लेकिन उसकी इतनी वैल्यू नहीं है जितना कि कोई मेटल है, उसको आप यूज़ में लेते हैं तो उसकी ज़्यादा वैल्यू है. बट अगेन both are important and satisfy human needs. If we are looking on the landscape, beautiful landscape, then it satisfies our inner heart, and if anything satisfies our needs, then that is a resource. But the main important thing is what is valuable as an economic thing. Metals and landscapes are not valuable as an economic purpose, but that is also an important resource to all of us. Some resources can become economically valuable with time. As time is going on, so some of the matters, some of the resources, some of the landscapes also. आज आप देखिए बहुत ज़्यादा सर्दी पड़ती है या बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी पड़ती है, तो उस कंडीशन में क्या होता है बच्चों, गर्मी पड़ती है तो हमें पेड़ की छाया चाहिए, सर्दी पड़ती है तो हमें धूप चाहिए. सो ऑल दीज आर रिसोर्सेज, सम हैड सम इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू, सम others had not. See, your grandmother's home's remedies have no commercial values today because everything available on the medicine shop. तो आज के ज़माने में हम कह सकते हैं दादी माँ के जो पिटारा है ना, जिसमें बहुत सारी देसी दवाइयाँ हैं, at present no use of that one. But a query from a little children, see here, ये एक बच्चा है, ये क्या कह रहा है, so I am a resource to mama, and mama replied, a very valuable one. As a human resource, you are so much valuable to a mother. Okay, so this one is the helping module to all of you. Time and technology are two important factors that can change substances into resources. See, two main factors, first one is the time and the second one is technology, and both are related to the needs of the people, how people have their needs to them. So people themselves are the most important resources. If anybody is using a resource, then human resources are also there. So people themselves are the most important resources. See here, it is their ideas, their knowledge, their inventions and discoveries that lead to the creation of more resources. कैसे हो सकता है बच्चों, ये सब बताएंगे हमें. आइंस्टीन की नॉलेज थी और उन्होंने आविष्कार कर दिया. ऐसे ही बाकी आविष्कार किससे हो रहे हैं, न्यू इनोवेटिव आइडियाज, नॉलेज and inventions and discoveries, more and more discoveries from the human resource. So all these considered as the more resources. Human resources also included because the main ideas, main knowledge, main inventions, main discoveries, all are by the human resource. Okay, each discovery or invention leads to many other discoveries or इन्वेंशन. एक खोज की गई है, उस खोज की आप ये देखिए बच्चों कि नेक्स्ट टाइम एक नए काम के लिए उसकी यूज़ हो जाता है. एज एन एग्जाम्पल, योर मदर इज़ कुकिंग फूड, एट अ टाइम शी इज़ टेकिंग फ्लोर. अब आटा लिया है, कभी वो आपको आटे की रोटियां बना के देती हैं, द नेक्स्ट टाइम परांठाज, द नेक्स्ट टाइम आलू स्टफ्ड परांठाज, अनियन स्टफ्ड परांठाज, एंड समटाइम्स बाटी. Yes, bati from the floor. So many uses are there, and all these are the innovative ideas of the human resource, because your mother is also a human resource. Okay, see here, the discovery of fire led to the practice of cooking and other processes, while the invention of the wheel ultimately resulted in development of newer modes of transport. Here again two resources are there. The first one is the fire resource, and when the fire was discovered, then first of all a little bit part of the chicken was dropped in the fire and it was cooked. And what happened, जो हमारे आदि मानव थे उन्होंने क्या देखा, अरे मांस का टुकड़ा गलती से गिर गया लेकिन ये तो पक गया और पकने के बाद में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. एंड लेटर ऑन वी आर यूजिंग प्रैक्टिस ऑफ कुकिंग ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग विद द हेल्प ऑफ फायर. तो ये हम क्या देखते हैं कि इससे क्या हुआ, एक सबसे बड़ा इन्वेंशन हुआ हमारे किचन्स में फायर के यूज़ का. एंड द सेकंड इन्वेंशन of the wheel ultimately results for the development of new modes of transport as transport is necessary for everyone. पहले क्या होता था बच्चों, अगर किसी को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाना होता था बहुत 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 समय का यूज़ होता था. बट लेटर ऑन विद द डिस्कवरी ऑफ शिप्स, विद द डिस्कवरी ऑफ what inventions of wheel etc., then the limitations with the man to man or from one state to another state, one country from the another country, it becomes lesser day by day. The technology also had an important role. The technology to create hydroelectricity has turned energy in fast flowing water. So this one is an also important resource to all of us. See here, an activity is going on. Circle those resources from a mass lists that are regarded as having no commercial value. See, कमर्शियल वैल्यू उसकी बिल्कुल भी नहीं होनी चाहिए. यहाँ पे अम्मा, मोना और राजू है. अम्मा ने बच्चों को एक लिस्ट दी है और इस लिस्ट से हमें कंसिडर करके बच्चों को चेक आउट करवाना है. फर्स्ट वन इज कॉटन क्लोथ्स. हैज़ कॉटन क्लोथ्स सम यूज स्टूडेंट्स? यस, वी आर वियरिंग. सो दिस वन इज अ रिसोर्स, कॉमर्शियल रिसोर्स, कॉमर्शियल वैल्यू और नॉट. कॉमर्शियल वैल्यू है या नहीं है? एक बार आप शॉपकीपर से परचेज करके ले आए हैं, देन यू आर यूजिंग एंड यूजिंग एंड यूजिंग दैट वन, सो दैट हैज़ सम कॉमर्शियल वैल्यू और नॉट. कंसिडर दैट एंड डू इट इन प्रैक्टिस. द सेकंड वन इज आयरन ओर. Iron ore has commercial values. I know very well. You also know very well about this thing. And what about intelligence? Intelligence की commercial value होती है क्या बच्चों? कंसिडर करेंगे. मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स हैड सम कमर्शियल वैल्यूज. यस, इट हैज. मेडिकल नॉलेज, अगेन कंसिडर दिस वन आल्सो. कोल डिपॉजिट्स हैड सम कमर्शियल वैल्यूज और नॉट? यस, दे हैड. बट व्हाट अबाउट ब्यूटीफुल सीनरीज? ब्यूटीफुल लैंडस्केप्स, ब्यूटीफुल सीनरीज हैड सम कमर्शियल वैल्यूज और नॉट? नो. But what about agricultural lands? When they produce grains and vegetables and everything to all of us, yes, it had commercial value. About the cleaning environment, again consider this one have some commercial values or not? Next here, old folk songs. Old folk songs had some commercial values. पुराने हैं, गाने हैं और हम कहते हैं ना लोकगीत हैं, लोक संगीत हैं, तो क्या उनकी कोई कॉमर्शियल वैल्यू है क्या बच्चों? आपने अपनी दादी माँ से सुना, आपने अपने आगे भतीजे भतीजी, आपने अपने जो घर में बाकी चिल्ड्रंस है, आपने उनको सुनाया. नेक्स्ट वन इज गुड वेदर. गुड वेदर हैज सम कॉमर्शियल वैल्यूज? नो. बट व्हाट अबाउट रिसोर्सफुलनेस? नो. A good singing voice? No. Grandmothers, home remedies? No, at present no commercial values of grandmothers home remedies. Affection from friends and families? No commercial values, but only sentiments, but only emotions are there. So these resources, some has some commercial values, others have no commercial values. Next one is the types of resources. How many types of resources are there? First one, See this one. Resources are generally classified into natural, human made and human itself. So, when we consider these natural, human made and human, then these are the types of resources. But how these are useful to the day-to-day's life? We will consider this in our next part. Stay with us. Have a nice day.